I'm the Deadwood Jedi, and this is another Raid Shadow Legends video. This should be a pretty short one here. Basically, we got information today. There was a new announcement that there's going to be a new Fragment summons, Fragment event, Fragment Champion Fragment event. We have another fusion, basically. A Fragment fusion this time for a new champion. So, could be kind of interesting. Definitely a unique champion. I'm not sure that he's going to be someone that everybody's going to want to get and have to get, but it does seem like somebody that's going to be useful. So definitely somebody we'll want to take a look at, check out here. We just kind of got this, so let me see if I can't pull up all the information we need here so you guys understand exactly what's going on. So on Friday, July 2nd, there's going to be a champion fragment event with a new champion, Versulf the Grim. And I have his kit here, so we're going to look at it really quickly so we can kind of get an idea of what he brings. There's going to be a Knight Revenant faction, Legendary. It's an HP champion, Force champion. So depending on how the multipliers are, this could actually be really good. He has a lot of similar stuff to Angar. This is a very PvE focused champion, somebody that's really primarily focused for the Doom Tower and the Magma Dragon, Kuldrath. So that's really where his focus is going to be. A lot of Provoke on the kit. And a lot of like control type of champion stuff. So it's got an HP all aura location, which is pretty nice. So that's kind of the idea that this champion has. So I figured we'd take a quick look at him, see what it looks like, look at his kit, and you all can kind of get ready for that fragment event. Now, fragment events are a lot easier than, the big fusion like we just had. So this should be a lot more accessible for people to get into. And you can kind of make the choice of whether you're going to go for him or not. I'll probably end up taking him, but I have a pretty strong feeling that I won't need him on my account. But it might be somebody that could be really useful for you guys. If you know anything about me and what I talk about with Doom Tower, control is unbelievably helpful and important in Doom Tower. So this could be a really valuable champion for a lot of players out there. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at the champion. So there he is. By the way, I have my clan boss team running in the background. I figured, why not? Just mix it up as far as backgrounds go. Hopefully it's not too distracting. But we got Kuldrath here. You can see he looks pretty cool. He's got a big old spear, which is pretty dope looking. I kind of like that. He's got kind of a mean look on his face there, which is maybe, yeah, you like it or you don't. Versulf here. Let's see if I can't zoom in a little bit on him so you guys can see a little bit more of what he looks like. But yeah, he's a pretty cool champion. You can see his face there is pretty gnarly. He's pretty gnarly little dude there. Not too happy about things. Got a nice little key in his chest. Not sure what that's all about. But, as always, the art is always amazing in this game. But let's look at the kit. That's really going to make or break whether we want him or not. As you can see here, he's got 3 skills plus a passive ability. So his A1, Stern Admonishing, attacks one enemy, 50% chance of placing Provoke for 1 turn. Also places a shield on the champion for 2 turns equal to 10% of their max HP. That's not bad for an A1 skill. 50% chance to Provoke. I don't know if that's going to be booked up or not. Typically, 50% stays about 50%, so I'd imagine that's going to stay at that same spot there. But getting a Provoke on the A1, especially on Kuldrath, is actually really good. You can probably if you can get counterattack with them, like a retaliation set, avenging set, that might even be better. Reign of Sorrows, AoE attack, attacks all enemies, places an extra hit on enemies under stun, freeze, fear, true fear, or provoke. Basically, any crowd control debuff they have on them, this is going to place an extra hit. That's always really nice. And each hit has a 75% chance of placing leech debuff for 2 turns. That's always good too. So that's probably going to end up booking up to 100% chance to land that. It does say a 4-turn cooldown. My guess is that will book down to probably about a 3-turn cooldown. Or they've been liking to do these 2-turn cooldown things, but my guess is that'll probably book down to a 3-turn cooldown with a 100% chance to land that debuff. If this hits hard, he could be really, really strong in Arena. His A3 here places an increased defense buff on all allies for 2 turns. Also places an ally protection buff on all allies except this champion for 2 turns. That's always a really strong ability. It does say 5-turn cooldown. My guess is that will book down to a 4 or even a 3-turn cooldown. That, of course, will make a big difference on how valuable he is. But it seems like those are skills that are going to be really valuable in stuff like the Doom Tower, where you can protect all your allies. Is an HP-based champion, remember. That can actually be really, really strong. And then very last here is Infectious Fury, his passive. When hit, he has a 20% chance of placing a Provoke debuff on the attacker for 1 turn occurs once per hit. So not the more hits you get, the more chances there are to proc that. This is one of those things where it allows him to keep people under debuffs, keep them locked into that throughout a fight, and that can be really good against Kuldrath. Not only does he have a chance to provoke when he hits Kuldrath, but every time he gets hit, there's a chance to provoke as well. So he doesn't seem amazing to me as far as the kit goes. I mean, I think Angar has a better chance of maintaining that provoke. I think it's a 50% chance. And it is possible that that pass is going to book up even higher. So it's kind of hard to really say, you know, which ones, you know, how exactly it's going to work. But I think it's, you know, solid kit. My guess is he's probably going to hit pretty hard. I hope he hits hard. If he doesn't, it's probably a champion that's going to be vaulted for most people out there. But like I said, having Provoke is such a good thing for your kit. Now, the interesting thing with that Infectious Fury is that it's every time he's attacked. So even if he doesn't land his A1, he's still getting Provoke out just by being attacked by the enemies. So there is some real good abilities within that. You could even probably put him in a Provoke set if you wanted to. I don't think that would hurt. It's an interesting champion. We'll see how good he is. Obviously, I haven't had a chance to test him. Hopefully, I will have a chance on the test server to look at him and see how he goes, but we'll have to kind of wait for that all to pan out. But remember, July 2nd this goes, so when that comes out, we should have an idea about it. All right, let's compare that kit that we have for Versulf with Angar here. Angar, great champion, by the way. He's one of the best Provoke champions in this game. He's awesome. I used him in Arena for a long time. He's amazing. But his big thing is he has on his A2 an AoE Provoke. It also puts reflect damage and counterattack on himself, so that's always really good. His A1 places an extra hit if Provoke is up. These are familiar things, I think. The passive ability here, though, it places, if an enemy with Provoke debuff attacks, he has a 40% chance of placing Provoke debuff on them for 1 turn. And, you know, each hit reduces the damage taken, yada, yada, yada. So the idea here is that Angar has to get Provoke first, and then every time he's hit by somebody on Provoke, there's a chance that that extends. The difference is Versulf has a totally different kind of thing where every time he gets hit, he has a chance of placing Provoke on the attacker. It's kind of an interesting balance. I don't know which one I would say is stronger. The good thing about Angar is an AoE Provoke on a 3-turn cooldown that will happen. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can rely upon that. And then every time he gets hit, there's a chance to extend that. Is that better than what this new guy brings? I don't know. He's pretty interesting. He has a chance of placing Provoke on his A1. Every time he gets hit, there's a passive chance for that to land as well. You don't have to worry about it getting cleansed like you do with Angar, or or blocked by worrying about the block debuffs with his attack. It's just always going to be happening, right? There's always going to be that chance. So I don't know. It's kind of an interesting idea. Definitely a different way to go with it, and he could be pretty good. Also, Angar's Void. This guy's not. It's not a bad champion, I think. There's going to be definitely some uses for him. Kuldrath the Dragon is definitely one of the most apparent ones, but I think you can see a lot of usage out of him in Doom Tower. Provoke, getting AoE Provoke is really, really strong. So definitely something to consider there. So that's it. Nice and quick. I just wanted to give you guys that heads up on what's coming down the road so that you're aware of it. The Fragment Champion Fusion events are always a lot easier to do. You're basically just competing in the tournaments that you're in just to get enough shards. You almost always do need to summon something. So there will be next weekend is going to be a 10 times event. And so that's probably what you're going to have to pull for to be able to get him, or that'll at least be part of it. And then we have it opens on Tuesday, right? So yeah, the next one that's a Friday. So Friday this will start. And if it lasts a week like it usually does, you'll probably need to do some pulls on that weekend for the 10 times and some for the 2 times after that as well. So just be aware that you're gonna have to use some shards in all likelihood to be able to get him. But yeah, he looks like an interesting champion. I don't know if he's great or not, but we'll see. Just want to give you that heads up. So that's what's coming down the pipe. That's all we got today. Until next we meet, I'm the Deadwood Jedi.